I was recently given this Compaq Presario computer. I don't know how old it is. It was probably made in 2005 or 2006, and it was still running Windows XP. The problem was it hadn't even worked in probably about 4 years. So I kept trying to recover the operating system, and then I even tried to reinstall the operating system from a bootable XP ISO. But the problem was I was getting the blue screen of death. The file system was so corrupt that I couldn't even reinstall XP on top of it. So what I ended up having to do was build a Linux live CD, because I could run it off of the CD then, and I wouldn't have to use the file system. Now, once I had the live CD working, what I was able to do is repartition the hard drive with Linux, and that was able to go and clean up some of that stuff. Now, once I had a fresh copy of Linux installed, that cleaned up the file system enough to where I was able to go back in and install XP on top of that using a XP ISO and product key. Now, the product key I already had from the computer, and the ISO I created using the Universal Multi-Boot Installer. There's some of the casualties of war, boys and girls. CDs, DVDs, USB drives. So anyway, this is the initial boot of XP when it was setting up. I didn't know if it was going to be able to make it or not, just because I had gotten to this stage before and it had crashed. But I really think doing the Linux install and then putting XP once Linux had reorganized all the partitions, I think that really helped me out a lot. And there you can see it starting up for the first time. Does that not look old or what? So anyway, this is just me logging into XP and setting it up. I thought it was kind of cool just for the purposes of nostalgia. And I had got to this point previously, but again, the thing was, until I did that Linux live CD and then turned it into the full Linux install, I was still getting the file system errors. So one of the first things I noticed is that I couldn't get on the wireless internet, and even when I tried to connect with the cord, I wasn't able to do that. One, because it's been 5-6 years since I used XP, but two, I was missing the drivers for the modem. So I was able to find a few of them. I was finally able to get onto Internet Explorer. There was still quite a few things I was missing. I was missing the video drivers. So I was trying to load this old game called Top Gun Hornet's Nest, and it kept crashing because I didn't have the video drivers. I ended up installing VLC, the media player, and I don't know how, but apparently that comes pre-installed with the codecs or whatever that it needs. So I was able to get Top Gun up and running. The only problem is I don't have any sound, so I'm still looking for the sound drivers for the sound card. But all in all, I gotta call this a success. We took a computer that's 12 years old, that's not worked in 4 years, and we got it to the point where we can play some of these older games on it. So I'm gonna call this one a success, even though there's still a little bit of stuff that needs to get done. Anyway, I just thought this was neat, and I hope you guys enjoyed it also. We will see you all next time.